What if one day you woke up and every face you've ever known became a stranger, but your heart still knew exactly who to fear, who to trust, and worst of all, one person you erased yourself starts coming back. You wake up and something feels wrong, but you can't explain it yet. The ceiling looks the same. The light creeping through the curtains is familiar. Your room hasn't changed, but your chest feels tight, like your body knows something your mind hasn't caught up with. Then you hear a voice. Are you awake? It's soft, close. Someone's sitting beside your bed. You turn your head. There's a face looking at you. 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. Perfectly normal. And yet, nothing. No recognition. No memory. No connection. Just a stranger. Your heart starts beating faster. Why are you looking at me like that? The person asks, a hint of confusion turning into concern. You open your mouth, but the words come out slowly. Who are you? Silence fills the room. The person freezes. Then their expression breaks. It's me, they say, their voice trembling. You're joking. Right, but you're not joking. Because in that moment, something terrifying becomes clear. You don't recognize them. Not their face, not their voice, not even the feeling you're supposed to have when you see someone you love. And the worst part, you don't recognize anyone. The silence doesn't last long. It shatters. What do you mean? Who am I? The person says, their voice rising, panic leaking through every word. Stop it! This isn't funny. They reach for your hand. Instinctively, you pull away. That small movement changes everything. Their face falls, confusion turning into something deeper, something almost like fear. You don't recognize me, they whisper. You shake your head slowly. Your eyes scan their face again, desperately trying to force meaning into it. You focus on details. The curve of their lips, a small scar near the eyebrow, the way their hair falls slightly to one side. Nothing connects. It's like looking at a photograph of a stranger and being told you should love them. Your breathing becomes uneven. I'm sorry. You say, your voice barely holding together. I feel like I should know you, but I don't. The words sound wrong even as you say them, because deep inside there is a hollow space where recognition should be, and it's completely empty. The person steps back like they've been hit. It's me, they repeat slower this time, like saying it differently might fix something broken in your brain. They say your name, softly, carefully, like it might bring you back. But your name sounds distant, familiar but not attached to anything real. You look at them again, still nothing. Panic begins to spread, not just in your chest, but everywhere. Your arms feel cold. Your fingers tingle. The room starts to feel slightly unreal, like you're watching it through a screen instead of living inside it. Okay, they say quickly, trying to stay calm. You probably just hit your head or something. We'll go to the hospital. It's fine. This is fixable. Fixable. The word echoes in your mind. You want to believe it. But something about this doesn't feel like a simple injury. Because as you glance around the room, something even worse happens. You notice the photos, framed pictures on the wall, on the desk, on the shelf, smiling faces, memories frozen in time. You stand up slowly and walk toward one of them. Your hands tremble as you pick it up. There you are, standing next to the same person in front of you, both of you smiling, happy, connected. You stare at your own face, then at theirs, then back again, trying to feel something, anything, but it's just two strangers in a picture, and one of them is you. The drive to the hospital feels longer than it should. Every second stretches. You sit in the passenger seat staring out the window, watching people pass by on the sidewalk. Faces everywhere, hundreds of them, and every single one means nothing. Your brain tries to process them like usual. It notices eyes, hair, expressions. It registers movement, posture, clothing, but it refuses to connect identity. It's like your mind has lost a key. And every face is now a locked door. "Stay with me, okay," the person driving says. Their voice is tight controlled, like they're holding themselves together by force. You turn slightly toward them. You know you're supposed to feel something. Comfort, trust, familiarity. But instead there's only distance. "I'm here," you reply quietly. But even to yourself it sounds like a lie. At a red light, a pedestrian crosses in front of the car. They look directly at you. For a brief moment your eyes meet, and something strange happens. Your heart jumps, not because you recognize them, but because you almost do. A flicker, a ghost of recognition, gone in less than a second. You lean forward slightly, trying to hold on to that feeling. Wait. But it's already gone. The face disappears into the crowd, just another stranger. You sink back into your seat, frustrated, disoriented. "Did you remember something?" the driver asks quickly, hope breaking through their fear. You hesitate. "I don't know," you admit. "It felt like I was about to." Silence again, heavier this time, because now there's something worse than not recognizing anyone. Almost recognizing them. Almost like your brain is trying to reach something just out of reach and failing every time. The hospital finally comes into view. Bright, clean, cold. As the car pulls in, you notice something unsettling. People are entering and leaving, talking, walking, living, and every single one of them looks like a stranger in a world you used to belong to. The car stops. The engine cuts. The person beside you turns, hesitating before speaking. "I'm going to help you out, okay?" they say gently. You nod, but as they step closer, as their face moves nearer to yours, your body reacts before your mind can. You flinch. Again, and this time it hurts them more. You can see it. Even if you can't recognize who they are, you can see the pain on their face. The hospital smells like antiseptic and something else you can't quite place. Clean, artificial, controlled. You sit in a small examination room, hands resting on your knees, fingers slightly trembling. Across from you, a doctor flips through a tablet, occasionally glancing up at you with careful, measured curiosity. Not warmth, not familiarity, just observation. "Can you tell me your name?" the doctor asks. You answer immediately. That part still works. "Do you know where you are?" "Yes." "What day it is?" You hesitate, then answer correctly. The doctor nods slowly, making notes. "Good. Your memory seems intact," they say. "Now, I'm going to show you some images." They turn the tablet toward you. A series of faces appears. Men, women. Different ages, different expressions. "Tell me if you recognize any of these people." You stare at the screen, one by one. Nothing, just faces, blank, meaningless, interchangeable. "No," you say. The doctor watches you closely. "All right, what about this one?" They swipe. A new image appears. You freeze. It's the person who brought you here, the one sitting just outside the room. The one who looked at you like their world was falling apart. Your chest tightens. You feel something again. That strange, almost recognition. Stronger this time, but still incomplete. I've seen them today," you say slowly. The doctor leans forward slightly. "How do you know that?" "I don't recognize them," you admit. "But I know they're important." The words hang in the air. The doctor and the person behind the glass exchange a glance. That's when you notice it, the mirror, behind the doctor, except it's not a mirror, it's a one-way glass. Someone is watching, more than one person. Your skin prickles. Based on your symptoms, the doctor says, carefully choosing each word, you may be experiencing a condition known as prosopagnosia. You've never heard the word before, but it already sounds terrifying. Face blindness, they continue. Your brain can see faces, but it can't identify them. You swallow. Will it go away? The doctor pauses. Too long. We don't know yet. Not the answer you wanted. Not even close. Your eyes drift back to the tablet, to the frozen image still on the screen. That face. The one you're supposed to love. The one that's supposed to mean everything. And yet, it feels like nothing. But deep inside, that hollow space shifts slightly. Not full. Not fixed. But not completely empty anymore. And somehow, that's even more unsettling. They don't let you leave right away. Just a few more tests, the doctor says. But something about the tone has changed. It's no longer routine. It's cautious, measured, almost secretive. You're guided down a quieter hallway, away from the crowded waiting areas. The noise of the hospital fades behind you, replaced by a low, constant hum of machines. Fewer people, more cameras. You notice them now. Small black domes in the ceiling corners. Watching, recording. You try not to react, but your body already has. Your steps slow slightly. Why are we going this way, you ask? The person beside you hesitates, just for a second. It's a specialized department, they say. Not a lie, but not the truth either. You feel it, that same feeling again, like something is slightly off just beneath the surface. You enter a new room, darker, colder. In the center, a chair, surrounded by equipment you don't recognize. Wires, screens, sensors. Please sit, the doctor says. You do. A technician steps forward and gently places small sensors along your temples, the back of your head, your chest, monitoring brain activity, heart rate, response patterns. Just relax, they say. Relax. The most useless instruction in the world right now. A screen flickers on in front of you. Same test as before, the doctor explains. Just look at the faces. The first image appears. Nothing. The second. Nothing. The third. Your breath catches. Your heart rate spikes instantly. The machine beside you reacts with a sharp tone. Beep. 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 What is it? The doctor asks quickly. I don't know, you whisper, because this time it's different. You still don't recognize the face. Not consciously, but your body does. Your chest tightens. Your fingers curl slightly. A wave of unease washes over you. Fear. Raw. Immediate. Unexplainable. Show that image again, the doctor says. The face returns. And the reaction hits even harder. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your pulse races. The machine starts recording everything. This is important. The doctor murmurs more to themselves than to you. You don't recognize them, but your brain is responding. You stare at the face. Still a stranger, still nothing. And yet your entire body is screaming that it knows this person. How is that possible, you ask? No one answers immediately. Then the doctor speaks. Because recognition isn't just one system, they say slowly. There's the conscious part and the emotional part. You swallow. And mine. The doctor looks directly at you. Your conscious recognition is impaired. A pause. But your emotional recognition, another pause, is still working. The room feels colder because that means something very specific. Something very disturbing. There are people in this world that your brain knows, but your mind cannot. And worse, there are people your body is afraid of, even if you don't know why. Show me that face again. Your voice is steadier this time, not because you're calm, But because you need to understand, the doctor hesitates, just briefly, then nods. The image returns to the screen. The same face, the same nothing, and yet everything. Your body reacts before you can stop it. Your shoulders tense, your jaw tightens, your heartbeat climbs again faster than before. Beep, beep, beep. The machine doesn't lie. That one you say quietly. Why does it feel like that? The doctor doesn't answer immediately. Instead, they glance toward the glass. Someone on the other side moves. A silhouette, watching you, waiting. We're not sure yet, the doctor says carefully. It's a controlled answer. Too controlled. You lean forward slightly, eyes still locked on the screen. No, you say, that's not true. The room goes still. You know something, you continue, your voice sharper now. My body doesn't react like this for no reason. Silence stretches. Then, remove the image, a voice says from a speaker above. Not the doctor. Someone else. Higher authority. The screen goes black instantly. Your reaction lingers. Your breathing is still uneven. Your hands still tense. But now there's something else. A thought. A dangerous one. What if... You whisper. The doctor looks at you. What if I didn't just lose the ability to recognize faces? You swallow. What if something is stopping me? That lands hard. Because it changes everything. The doctor's expression shifts just for a second. And that's all you need. You saw it. They've considered that possibility. Maybe even they know it's true. That's not how prosopagnosia works, the doctor replies. Too quickly, too clean. You shake your head. No, you say slowly, because I can still feel people. You point toward the now black screen. I didn't recognize that face, but my body knew it. Your voice drops, and it was afraid. The room feels smaller now, tighter, like the walls are listening. What kind of condition, you continue, makes you forget faces, but keeps the fear? No one answers. Not the doctor, not the voice behind the glass, not the machines, but the silence itself starts to feel like an answer. Because deep down, you're starting to realize something far worse than a disorder. This might not be damage. This might be protection. And if your brain is protecting you, then that face, the one you can't recognize, might be someone you were never supposed to forget. Bring them in. The voice behind the glass is calm, decisive. There's no hesitation this time. The door behind you opens with a soft click. You turn instinctively. Footsteps, slow, measured. Someone enters the room. You don't recognize the face. Of course you don't. But your body reacts instantly, stronger than before. Your chest tightens so hard it almost hurts. Your fingers grip the edge of the chair. Your breathing becomes shallow. And the machines, they spike. Loud, aggressive. Beep, beep, beep. Stay seated, the doctor says quickly. But you're already halfway standing. Every instinct in your body is screaming the same thing. Danger. The person stops a few steps away from you. Not too close, not too far, like they've been instructed exactly where to stand. Look at them, the doctor says. You don't want to, but you do. Slowly, carefully, you lift your eyes. A face, normal, calm, almost gentle, and completely empty of meaning. I don't know them, you say immediately, but your voice shakes. Because that's not the full truth. Your body is reacting like it's facing something it remembers very well, something it doesn't want near you. Monitor the response, someone says from the speaker. Your heart rate climbs higher. Your palms start to sweat. A cold wave runs down your spine. And then something new. Not a memory, not an image, a feeling. Sharp, sudden, specific. You flinch. Did you see something? The doctor asks. No, you whisper, but your eyes stay locked on the person. I felt something. The room goes silent. What kind of feeling? The doctor presses. You struggle to describe it. It's not just fear, it's deeper, more complex. It's like you begin slowly, like I trusted them. That lands harder than anything before, because your body reacts again, violently. Your heart spikes even higher, almost unbearable, and at the same time, you continue, your voice cracking. I know I shouldn't have. The person in front of you doesn't move, doesn't speak, just watches, and somehow that makes it worse, because they're not confused, they're not hurt, they're not surprised, they're waiting, like they've seen this before, like they knew this would happen. And suddenly, a thought cuts through everything. Clear, terrifying. What if, you say slowly, they're the reason this happened to me? No one answers, but this time, no one looks away either. End the session. The voice behind the glass cuts through the room. Immediate, controlled, almost urgent. The machines are silenced one by one. The steady beeping fades. The tension doesn't. Wait, you say, your voice sharper now. No, don't stop. No one moves. The doctor hesitates. For the first time, they look unsure. I need to know who that is. You continue pointing at the person still standing in front of you. You can't just show me something like that and then shut it down. The person hasn't moved, not even slightly. They're still watching you, studying you, like you're the subject of something much bigger than a test. Please step outside, the doctor says to them. A pause. Then the person nods once and leaves. The door closes, and just like that, the pressure in your chest drops. Not completely, but enough. Enough to notice the difference. You freeze, because that tells you everything. Your body wasn't just reacting randomly. It was reacting to them. Specifically them. You turn slowly back to the doctor. That's not normal, you say. No, the doctor replies quietly. It's not. Silence settles in again, but this time, it feels different. Heavier, closer to the truth. What aren't you telling me, you ask? The doctor exhales slowly, then looks toward the glass. A silent conversation happens. No words, just a decision. When they look back at you, something has changed. Less guarded, more direct. You came here before they say. Your mind blanks. What? Not today, the doctor continues. Before this, days ago, your stomach drops. That's not possible, you say immediately. I would remember. The doctor shakes their head slightly. Not if you asked us to make sure you didn't. The room tilts, just a little, not physically, but mentally, like something inside you just shifted out of place. I asked for this, you whisper. Yes, the word hits harder than anything else so far, because it means this isn't just happening to you. You chose it. Why, you ask? The doctor hesitates again, then answers. You said there was someone you needed to forget. Your breath catches. Your mind immediately goes back to that face, the one your body fears, the one you almost recognize. No, you murmur. You were very clear, the doctor continues. You said if you ever saw them again, you wouldn't be able to make the right decision. A chill runs through you. What decision, you ask? The doctor doesn't respond right away. And that delay, it says everything. Finally, they speak. You didn't tell us. Your heart sinks. But you said this, they add quietly. If I recognize them, I'll trust them. The room goes completely silent. And if I trust them, the doctor continues. Something bad will happen. You stare at the empty doorway, at the space where that person stood just moments ago. And for the first time, you understand the full weight of what you've done to yourself. You didn't just lose the ability to recognize faces. You erased someone to protect yourself from trusting them again. Bring them back. You don't even recognize your own voice when you say it. It's steadier, colder, more certain than before. The doctor studies you carefully. You don't have to do this, they say. But you shake your head. Yes, I do. Because now this isn't just fear anymore. It's a choice, a test you set up for yourself, and you need to see it through. There's a pause. Then a quiet signal is given. The door opens again. Footsteps return. Slow, familiar in a way that makes your chest tighten. They step into the room. Same distance, same silence, same unreadable expression. Your body reacts instantly, but this time you don't look away. You force yourself to hold eye contact. Talk to me, you say. The person tilts their head slightly, like they've been waiting for permission. You don't recognize me, they say. Their voice is calm, soft, and that makes it worse, because it feels right, too right. No, you reply. I don't. A small pause. But you recognize me, they continue, just not with your eyes. Your heart skips. That hits something deep, something real. Stop, the doctor warns, but you raise a hand slightly. No, let them talk. The person takes a small step closer, not enough to trigger panic, but enough to increase the tension. You asked them to erase me, they say quietly. Your throat tightens. I know, you respond, and you think that was the right decision. You hesitate. For the first time since this began. I don't know, you admit, because that's the truth. And they see it. You can tell. Even without recognizing their face, you can read them. They take another step closer. This time your body reacts harder. A sharp spike in your heart rate. A flash of fear. But you stay. You trusted me once, they say. Their voice drops slightly. More personal now. And it meant something. Your mind stays blank. But your chest aches, like it remembers something your brain can't access. You're trying to make me trust you again, you say slowly. They don't deny it. Yes, honest, direct, dangerous. Why, you ask? A pause. Longer this time, because this answer matters. Because you were wrong. The room goes completely still. You made a mistake, they continue. And now you're hiding from it. Your hands tighten. Your instincts scream again. Not just fear now, conflict. Because part of you wants to believe them. Even now. Even like this. That's exactly why I erased you, you say, your voice low. The person steps even closer. Too close now. Your body reacts violently. Heart racing. Breath unstable. Every signal saying get away. But they don't stop. Or they say softly, because deep down you knew you wouldn't be able to resist me. That hits harder than anything else, because for a split second you feel it. Not recognition, not memory, but something undeniable. Trust. And that terrifies you more than anything so far. Stop. Your voice cuts through the tension. Not loud, but absolute. The person in front of you freezes. So does everyone else. Even the machines seem quieter. You're not going to come any closer, you say. They don't argue. They don't move. But their eyes stay locked on yours. Waiting. Always waiting. You take a slow breath, trying to steady the storm inside your body. Your heart is still racing. Your hands are still tense. But your mind is starting to sharpen. If I trusted you before, you say slowly, then I need to understand why I chose to forget you. The doctor shifts slightly behind you. Be careful, they warn. But you don't look at them. You don't look away from the person in front of you. Tell me something, you continue. Something only I would know. A test. Simple. Direct. Dangerous. The person considers it. For a moment. Then they speak. You don't like silence when you're afraid, they say softly. You fill it with questions. Your breath falters. That's true. You feel it instantly. Not a memory, but recognition of yourself. You pretend you're in control. They continue. Even when you're not. Your fingers tighten. That's not proof, the doctor interrupts. But it doesn't matter. Because it's working. Piece by piece. Something inside you is responding. Say something real, you push. something that matters. The person steps forward, just one step. Your body reacts again, hard, but you don't stop them this time. You told me once, they say quietly, that I was the only person who could make you feel safe and afraid at the same time. Your chest tightens sharply. That hits deeper, much deeper, because it doesn't feel like information. It feels like truth. And you hated that they add a flicker, a crack. Something shifts inside your mind, fast, unstable, a flash, not clear, not complete, but there. A moment, a voice, laughter, close, too close. You stumble back slightly. Your hand grips the side of the chair. What did you do to me, you whisper. I didn't do this, they reply. You did. Your mind spins. Images try to form, but they collapse before you can hold them. You said if you ever saw me again, they continue slowly. You needed a way to resist me. Your breathing becomes uneven again. But now you're here, they say, and you're still listening. That's true. And that's the problem. Because despite everything, despite the fear, despite the warning you left for yourself, you haven't looked away. Not once. Doctor, you say quietly. A pause. Yes, if I start remembering, your voice tightens. Can you stop it? Silence. Then, number. The answer is immediate, honest, terrifying. Once it starts, the doctor continues. We may not be able to control what comes back. You nod slowly, because deep down, you already knew that. You look back at the person in front of you, still there, still watching, still waiting. And now, so are you. Then don't stop it. You hear yourself say it. Clear, final. The doctor exhales quietly behind you, but they don't interfere, not anymore, because something has already begun. You can feel it, a pressure building inside your head, not pain, something else, like a door slowly unlocking. Stay with me. The person in front of you says. Their voice feels closer now, not physically, but inside your mind. Too close. You don't respond because you're focused on something else. A flicker. There again. Stronger this time. You close your eyes, and this time it doesn't disappear. It breaks open. A room, dim light. Not this one. Somewhere else. You're standing, facing someone. The same presence, the same feeling. Your heart races in the memory just like it is now. You promised, a voice says. Their voice, but different. Sharper, more intense. Your chest tightens. I know you hear yourself respond. Your own voice, from the past. You said you'd trust me, they say. The memory shakes, unstable, fragments slipping in and out. I did, you answer. And there's something in your voice, not fear, not doubt, something stronger, something dangerous. Belief. Back in the present, your body reacts violently. Your hands grip your head. The machines spike again. Stay with us, the doctor calls out. But you're already deeper. Pulled in. Another flash. Same room. Closer now. The person is right in front of you. Too close. You know what happens if you walk away, they say. A warning, a threat, or both. Your heart pounds. I don't care, you say, but it's not convincing, even to yourself. Back in the present, you stagger slightly. Your vision blurs, but the memory keeps going. You do, they whisper. And then everything shifts. A new image. Faster, sharper. You're not just standing anymore. You're holding something. Your hand trembles. You look down. You can't see it clearly, but it matters. A lot. Make the choice, they say. Your breathing becomes erratic. In the present, your body mirrors it exactly. What choice you whisper both then and now. And then, the clearest moment so far, you look up at their face, and for a split second, you almost see it. Almost. But before it fully forms, you hear your own voice. Cold, decisive. If I stay, A pause. Oh, I'll lose control. The memory cracks, splits, fragments collapsing. But if I leave, you continue. You won't stop. Silence. Heavy. Final. And then, the last thing you hear before everything shatters. Then forget me. Back in the present, your eyes snap open. You gasp for air. The room rushes back. The doctor, the machines, the person in front of you, still there, still watching. Your entire body is shaking. Because now, you understand something you didn't before. You didn't erase them because they hurt you. You erased them because you couldn't stop yourself when you were with them. Your hands are still shaking, but not from confusion anymore. From realization. You said, "I would lose control," you whisper. Your eyes lock onto the person in front of you. You knew that too. They don't deny it. Not even for a second. Yes, the answer is immediate. Calm, certain. That makes it worse. Then why come back? You ask, your voice tightening. Why put me through this again? A pause. Not hesitation. Choice. Because you didn't finish it. The words hit like impact. What? Didn't I finish? The room feels smaller again. Like everything is closing in around this one moment. You walked away, they say. But you didn't end it. Your mind flashes. Fragments. That room. That tension. Your hand trembling. Holding something. Important. Dangerous. I gave you a way out. They continue softly. You took it. Another flash. Your voice. If I leave, you won't stop. Your chest tightens. So you came back, you say, to... What? Fix it. They take a slow breath. Number. One step closer. Your body reacts, but less than before. Because now, you're not just afraid. You're starting to understand. I came back, they say quietly, to see if you'd make the same choice again. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. The doctor steps forward slightly. That's enough, they say sharply. This is no longer controlled. Wait, you interrupt. Your voice is shaking, but you don't stop. Let them finish, because something inside you needs this, needs the truth, no matter what it does to you. You said I would lose control. You repeat. What does that mean? The person looks directly into your eyes. No distance now, no space to hide. It means, they say slowly, you were going to do something you couldn't undo. Your breath stops. The room fades at the edges. What did I almost do? They don't answer immediately. And that delay, it feels like a warning, but you push anyway. Tell me. Another step closer. Now they're right in front of you. Too close. But you don't move. You were going to choose me, they say. That doesn't sound wrong. That's the problem. And if you did, their voice lowers. Everything else would have disappeared. Your heart pounds, not from fear, from something else, something pulling you forward. You mean I would leave, you ask? They shake their head slowly. Number. A pause. Long enough for it to sink in. You wouldn't just leave. Your chest tightens again. You would erase everything else. The words land. And this time, they don't just scare you. They make sense. A terrible kind of sense. Because suddenly, that missing piece clicks. The reason you erased them. It wasn't just about them. It was about you. About what you were becoming. You were going to choose one reality over another, they continue. Your mind spins. You just didn't want to admit which one you really wanted. Silence. Total. Complete. And in that silence, a thought forms. Clear. Unavoidable. What if you whisper, I still do. The room goes cold. Because now, this isn't about the past anymore. It's about what you're about to do next. What do you mean? Choose a reality. Your voice feels distant, like it's coming from somewhere outside your body. The person in front of you doesn't rush the answer. They watch you, carefully, almost gently. As your memory comes back, they say slowly, your brain is trying to reconcile two conflicting states. The doctor steps closer. You shouldn't be explaining this to them, they warn, but the person ignores it. Two versions of your life, they continue, both real to you. Your head starts to ache, a deep pressure behind your eyes, and you can't keep both, they add. The room flickers. Just for a second, you blink. Everything looks normal again, but something feels off. What happens if I don't choose you, ask. No one answers immediately. That's your first clue. Then the doctor speaks. Your brain will force a resolution. You swallow. What kind of resolution? A pause. Then, whichever version is stronger, survives. Your heart drops. You look at the person again, and you're one of those versions, you say. They nod. Yes. And the other one, they don't answer, because they don't have to. You feel it. Already. A shift in the air. A distortion. Then, it happens. The room changes. Not completely, but enough. The walls feel different. The light softens. The machines disappear. Your breath catches. You're standing now, not sitting. The hospital is gone. Or not gone. Fading, layered, like two images overlapping. In front of you, the same person, but clearer, closer, and behind them, something else. A different space, a different life. You see flashes, a home, warm light, laughter, voices, people, familiar, so familiar it hurts. Your chest tightens sharply. That's, you whisper. Your vision trembles. That's my life. The real one. The one you woke up in. The one with faces you can't recognize, but still belong to. Then, another shift. The warmth fades. The background changes. Colder, quieter, emptier. It's just you and them. Nothing else. No noise. No distractions. No world pulling you away. Only connection. Only intensity. Only them. Your breathing becomes uneven. Both are real, they say softly. Both are you. Your mind struggles to hold both images at once. It hurts, physically. Like your brain is being pulled in two directions. You felt it before they continue. That's why you tried to erase me. You drop to one knee slightly. The pressure is too much. You are already choosing, they say. Your vision flickers faster now. Back and forth. Warm life. Empty world. Warm life. Empty world. You just didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to lose everything you whisper. Or, they reply quietly, you didn't want to lose me. That lands deep because it's true in a way you can't deny. Even now, even without a face, even without memory, you feel it. That pull, that connection, that danger. The doctor's voice cuts in. You need to ground yourself. Focus on the present, but the present is breaking, splitting, fracturing. You look between the two realities. One is full, messy, human. The other is empty, but powerful, clear, undeniable. What happens if I choose you, you ask? The person steps closer. Now there's no distance at all. Then nothing else matters. Your heart pounds. And if I don't, a pause. Long, heavy. Then I disappear. Silence. And for the first time, you realize something even more terrifying. You don't know which outcome scares you more. Make the choice. The voice doesn't come from the doctor this time. Not from the person in front of you either. It comes from somewhere else. Somewhere deeper. Inside you. Your vision flickers again. Two realities. Overlapping. Fighting. Pulling you apart. Your knees weaken, but you force yourself to stand. Because this moment, this exact moment, is the reason everything led here. You look to the left. Warmth. Voices. A life filled with people you can't recognize, but somehow still feel connected to. You see movement. Someone reaching for you. A hand. Familiar in a way that hurts. Your chest tightens. They're real. The doctor's voice echoes faintly. That's your life. Then you look to the right. Silence. Stillness. Just you and them. No confusion. No noise. No fragmented emotions. Only clarity. Only intensity. Only truth. They're real too, the person in front of you says softly. And you know that. You do. That's what makes this impossible. You step forward, just slightly, and both realities react. The warm one pulls at you, voices calling, emotion rising. The empty one sharpens, focus narrowing, everything else fading away. Your breathing becomes uneven. I can't have both, you whisper. No, the doctor says. No, the person repeats. For once, they agree. Your heart pounds harder. You look back at the person. You said I would lose control. They nod. Yes. Your voice trembles. What does that actually mean? They step closer, close enough that you feel it again. That pull, that dangerous pull. It means you stop choosing anything else they say. Your stomach drops. You stop caring about anything else. Your eyes flick back to the warm reality. The people, the life, the pieces of you still there, and you choose me, they finish. Silence. Then something shifts, not outside. Inside, a realization, sharp, clear. You shake your head slowly. No, both realities flicker harder. What the person asks. And for the first time, there's something new in their voice. Uncertainty. You take a step back, away from them, toward the center. Before you say, your voice growing stronger, I thought I erased you because I couldn't resist you. Your heart is still racing, but your mind is clearer than it's ever been. But that's not it. The room distorts again. Both realities strain. What are you saying? The doctor asks. You look at the person. Really look, not their face, but their presence, their effect on you. I didn't erase you because you were stronger than me, you say, slowly. A pause. Then, I erased you because you were changing me. Silence. Heavy. Different. The person doesn't move, doesn't speak, and that tells you everything. You weren't just someone I trusted, you continue. You were someone who made me stop being myself. The words land hard, because now this isn't about love or fear. It's about identity. You didn't want me to choose, you say. You wanted me to disappear into you. The air feels colder, sharper, more real, and suddenly, the empty reality doesn't feel peaceful anymore. It feels controlled, limited, narrow, a version of you with everything else removed. You look back at the warm life, messy, painful, confusing, but full, human. Yours. I thought I was protecting myself from you, you say. Your voice steadies, but I was actually protecting myself from losing myself. The person finally reacts. A small shift, a subtle tension, because something just changed. Not the world, not the choice. You. And now, for the first time, the decision isn't about them anymore. I choose. The words come out before you even realize it. Not rushed, not forced. Certain. The two realities around you tremble. Waiting, watching. You take a slow breath, and for the first time since this began, you don't look at them. You look at everything else. The warmth, the noise, the imperfect, chaotic life that still calls to you even when you can't recognize a single face. I choose this, you say. Your voice is steady, stronger than it's ever been. The life where I don't lose myself. The moment the words leave your mouth, something shifts. The empty world begins to crack. Not violently, but quietly, like glass under pressure. The person in front of you doesn't move, doesn't interrupt. They just watch. And for the first time, you feel it. Not fear, not pull. Something else. Distance. You're letting me go, they say. There's no anger in their voice. No desperation. Just acceptance. You nod slowly. Yes, the cracks spread. The silence around them fractures. The space begins to collapse inward. Piece by piece. You won't remember me, they say. A statement, not a question. You hesitate, just for a second. Then, I know, and that hurts more than you expected, because even now, even at the end, there's still something there. Something real, but not enough, not anymore. Then this is goodbye, they say softly. You don't answer, because there's nothing left to say. The world around them shatters. Light floods back in. Sound returns. The hospital slams into reality again. The doctor, the machines, your body collapsing back into the chair. You gasp. Air rushing into your lungs like you've been underwater. It's stabilizing, the doctor calls out. Neural activity returning to baseline. The voices blur, fade, because something else is happening. Something subtle, something final. A piece of you is disappearing, not violently, not painfully, just gone. You blink, and suddenly, everything feels normal. No distortion, no second reality, no pressure in your mind. Just the hospital room, just the present. Can you hear me? The doctor asks. You nod slowly. Yes, your voice is calm, clear, grounded. Do you recognize me? You look at them, a face, and this time, something clicks. Yes, you say. Relief floods the room, but you don't notice, because your attention drifts to a thought, a gap, a space where something used to be. What happened, you ask? The doctor hesitates, then answers carefully. You experienced a severe episode of face blindness. You nod slowly, accepting it, because it makes sense. It fits too well. And now you ask. You're recovering. Silence. You sit there for a moment, breathing, thinking, feeling normal. But then, just before the moment fully settles, you feel something, a flicker, deep inside your chest. Not a memory, not an image, just a feeling, faint, almost gone, but still there. Trust and fear. At the same time, you frown slightly. What is it? The doctor asks. You shake your head. Nothing, because there's nothing to explain, nothing you can hold on to, nothing you can prove. And yet, somewhere deep inside you, something still remembers. Not who, not why, but enough to leave a warning. And as you sit there, safe, whole, yourself again, you don't realize one thing. You didn't just choose a reality. You erased the only person who knew what you were capable of becoming.